Hello there. So this particular video I have created essentially to let you know about a tool that we have been working on called Human Intelligence with some of our clients recently, and we found it extremely valuable. This not only helps them to better understand their team, but also as a group, and how ready are they to lead their teams to the next level of growth in their organization. So I will walk you through what we experienced while going through this exercise of going through the assessment with our client. So once we did this exercise, they could really understand their team from the inside and really kind of, putting a finger on what the challenges were and what is it that we can fulfill as a gap to be able to achieve their organization results. So the company here was a boutique hotel group specializing in continental cuisine with 3 different properties spread out in a prime area of a small city. The company aims to expand from 150 employees to 250 employees in the next couple of years, with the intent to increase the number of properties in the city. The challenge that they faced was the business owner was facing issues in managing their head of departments, as they said that they were not able to collaborate very well, right? And they were constantly having conflicts among themselves. They also felt that they were not taking ownership and not solving the problems independently. The owner was also not in the city many times, and so they felt the need for a dependable manager, a general manager, who wasn't yet there. But the head of departments really felt that that is really what was the solution to this problem. The organization was about to expand, and it was crucial for the HODs not only to work together as a strong team, but also to become more independent and get ready for the growth. So we did an assessment. This was an online assessment with Human Intelligence. And what we really found out, which was like about 15-20 minutes, we just gave to the team. And it was a pretty quick assessment. That's one thing which we observed. So what we, as an organization, what did we find was that their current culture was about being a strategy executor. So essentially, they were focusing on good quality products and services by following highly efficient processes and procedures. So this shows that they are very much into processes. And also, as you can see, they're a lot into structure, right? So the group is interested in working on processes. They want to give good results, good quality results. This group was also very steady, right? So they would communicate with sincerity. They would be patient with others to deliver the results consistently. Also, they could be people who are, working on routine projects, and they were, having proper planning for it, etc. They also tend to focus their attention on carrying existing ideas across the finish line. So the group was naturally getting along with others to create a strong sense of team. So if you looked at the whole team, it's actually a fairly good team, right? Now, what could be the challenges? So as even, this is a service industry, right? So obviously it is a very, very strong team. Also, what we found was that the team had different identities. They were agile, they were, like a blue chip company. They had a change agent element to them. They also work like a consultant. They were into relationship building. They were also strategy executor, like we saw, right? They're pioneering. They're also service champions. They're also the think tank. So they had a lot of elements which were very good as a team. So where was the challenge, right? Now, when we deep dived into different segments, which is behaviors, motivators, work energizers, life priorities, we can see really what is, what is the place where each of these members are standing and how are they actually playing out as a team. So let's look at the behaviors. If you look at the behaviors here, you can see they are 78% of them are into stability. Only 22% are in change, which basically, as you can see, they are able to reflect, they are able to be steady, they are deliberately doing certain things. They're also conscious, but when it comes to being decisive, when it comes to being spontaneous, which is change oriented, they aren't so much into it. Only 2 people are in this category. They are free form, some of them, just 2 of them really here. So what is really happening is that they are probably not very comfortable with anything new, or they're not very comfortable with being more flexible, let's say. Yeah, and we'll find out more about that here. If you go into the behaviors in diversity, you can see they're mostly into reflective and steady. And if you look at the markings here, so between 1 to 5 is like where they're kind of complementing the group. Between 5 and 10, they could be kind of little bit standing out, but above 10 could be really like actually blocking the group to go forward. So if you look at this one particular person, he is at 11, which is really something we need to look out for, right? And if you look at this again, there's really not much happening in this section, right? Now, when we look at, let's look at the motivators, yeah? So now when we look at the motivators, you can see that all of them are actually in the supporting area, which is under service motivators. They have a bit of uniqueness, which is nice as a service industry. It's good to have. But if you look at influence, there's nothing, right? In case of self-reliance, there's really nothing happening. So if you see in terms of freedom, it's just a little bit. So, financial security, nothing much really. Belonging is also interesting because as a group of HODs, they should feel a sense of belonging for the organization, which is not here. So one can watch out for this. But really, this is where the challenges were, where the organization is going forward, but they are not having a leader who can actually influence the entire team and take it forward. So they're supporting maybe the service, the customers, like this, they're doing the service oriented support. But when it comes to kind of taking things in charge and moving forward, that's where the challenge is. So they are probably coming up with new ideas to serve the customer better. So they are service oriented. There's no doubt about it. And that's really unique and very, very nice about this entire team. It's many organizations find it very difficult to get such people in a service industry. So now let's look at the work energizers. What excites them really? So we found out that working with facts, working with a structure, which is like we earlier saw, they are very comfortable with processes. But when it comes to working within themselves as HODs, etc., maybe this is where the challenge is. I wouldn't look at it too much, but because, in terms of satisfying the customer, they're pretty good. But yeah, within the team, there could be a little more support for each other. Like we also pointed out earlier, the flexibility is missing, not much. Variety is okay before 10, so that's fine. New solutions also, it's okay, not much. But essentially, they're working with facts and structure. So they get excited when there are processes. They are happy when, things are going well. Now, when we looked at the life priorities, what are the values that each of these members are interested in? So one thing which we found out is out of the 9 leaders, 4 of them find integrity a strong priority for them, right? Which is really awesome. Affection, 3 members. Self-respect, 3. Cooperation, 2. And 2 are into freedom, right? So this is really what excites them. So we now know, we can also cull out some detailed reports to see as two individuals, we can compare two people, we can compare one person with their leader, or a few people with the leaders, and see how they are able to communicate with each other, or how they should communicate with each other, considering these values also, right? So there are a lot of the reports that we can actually take out from here, which can help us to understand people better. And these can be opportunities really for us, so that they can feel more energized, they can feel more excited to work, and they should be able to also deliver the results the organization wants. Yeah, so this is one of the comparisons that we did, which was one person with the team, right? So this is the HR head that we were looking at. Now, when we saw the similarity with the team, which was pretty high, so this HR head is actually pretty forward in terms of taking the team ahead. And if you see, she is quite decisive. She's also a free form, right? So if you look at this part, these two things actually are what is driving her to go forward. But there's also one very interesting aspect, which I will share with you, once we look at the entire report. If you look at her motivators, right? So she's into helping, supporting, knowledge, freedom. If you look at service, uniqueness, this is how she is getting motivated. What energizes her is processes, structure, facts, etc. So it's also possible that she is also hiring people, if there's no proper structure to hire people, or there's no proper criteria, she could be hiring people who are quite like her, which is exactly what's happening. Because if you see, the group it's more into working with facts and structure, and they are also into service, right? They're also having uniqueness. So you could even see the trend here a little bit, which is because of the HR head. People hire people who are like them, right? So now let's come to what did we give them as a solution. So of course, there was a need felt that though they're great at service, they have great capabilities in their current role, they need to move forward. For the growth of the organization, they need to develop more leadership skills. They need to be more flexible, ready for change, and also learn to influence the teams better. Also, as a team, we need to focus on better teamwork so that the entire organization can move forward easily and there is no friction anywhere, right? Hence, the training and coaching program can be defined around this. Also, we would recommend them to look at how the leaders can focus a bit more on change. They're good at stability, but a little more on change. That would be really good. We also can give options of the next level of culture that they would have, and we can define the trainings and coaching around that. So that's another facility that we have in this tool, right? So also, if there is an obstacle, there is something that they need to do out of ordinary, how would they be able to shape up to that, which is very possible in a service environment, right? Also, when the organization is moving towards new ideas, because they're expanding into new properties, there'll be changes in processes or new processes, new systems coming in place. How would they be able to manage that? So these are the questions that we, have given them, and we would be working with them on creating a complete development plan for the leaders on this. Also, when the organization is moving towards new properties, new ideas need to be coming in with maybe changes in processes or new systems. They also need to look at hiring process. So who are the people they're going to hire now? In fact, this tool can also help them a lot in hiring by creating a job fit, a role fit, and also a fit for the team. So who is the right person to come in to get, to work with this team? So the way forward can be that, the HODs need to learn to become a better leader. Maybe they need to just focus a little bit more on that. They're great as a service provider, probably in their own functions, they're an expert. But in terms of leadership, we can focus a little bit more on that. And how could they take more control of managing change and become more people-oriented? So this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope this is useful to you. if you feel that you are interested in doing something similar for your organization, we'll be happy to do assessment for your leaders. And without even meeting them, we can actually find out what is it that, what is the gap right now, and what is it that they need to look forward to working, and also to be able to work with you as their leader, So you let us know in case you feel this is of value to you and you would like to try it for your own leaders. We are offering a special offer at the moment for this particular assessment. So in case you're interested, this is a complimentary offer actually we are giving to you for a very limited time as an introductory offer. So if you're interested in this assessment, you can just respond back on the email, and we'll connect with you. We'll create the assessments with you. So the steps are very simple. All you got to really do is just give us their email IDs. We will be sending them an email. They will click on that link and they will go ahead. They will create their passwords. Once they've created their passwords, they can just go ahead and take the assessment. It takes about 15 minutes roughly. And once the assessment is done, they have their own login password. They can see their entire report. And you as a team leader, you can see their reports as well. So just let us know. It's about not more than a half an hour exercise for you in total, but the results that you can get from this could be really amazing. And it could be really of high value. You would know where to head in terms of their development, what are the gaps, and what is it that you and your team has to really do together to take your organization forward into the next level of growth. So I look forward to hearing from you soon on this. Yeah. Take care. Bye.